Hey guys, so it's been a long time since I last made a video. Doesn't it sound like the story of my life? Story of my life. Na, na, na. I don't know the rest of the word song. One Direction fan. Okay, so this video is actually going to be about things you should know about natural hair. A lot of people for many years, probably since 09, 08, haven't decided to go natural. We were on that creamy crack bandwagon, and all of a sudden we're jumping on the natural, hair and natural body bandwagon. So, a lot of people, like my friends, have seen me natural, and they all want to go natural, but there's so many different myths and misconstrued concepts of becoming natural, if that makes any kind of sense. It probably doesn't, but you guys know what I mean. One thing is, a lot of people are like,
oh my god, I wish I can go natural, but I'm so afraid my hair's gonna be like a brittle pad. How am I gonna take care of that?
well, yeah, that's true. Your hair may be a texture of a brittle pad. But there's ways to prevent having dry hair, ways to take care of your hair. So this video is pretty much going to tell you or talk to you guys about what I found worked for me. And then in the next video, I'm going to show you all my favorite products, which being in, loving hair, no matter if you're natural, permed, relax, because there is a difference between perm and relax, or if you have, weave, we love hair products, and I'll show you guys through that. But one thing's for sure, okay, kinky hair. When people hear the word kinky, they automatically hear nappy in the same sentence. I don't understand that because kinky, nappy. Kinky, nappy. K-I-N-K-Y-N-A-P-P-Y. Kinky is more so your curl pattern. So somewhere in here, I will show you someone who has kinky hair, and then someone who has just curly hair. There's a difference. It isn't really more so your texture of hair, because you can have kinky hair and have very fine kinky hair. You can have thick kinky hair. You can have thin kinky hair. It all depends. For instance, my hair is more of a curly texture. I do have kinky parts in my hair because I have different textures and curl patterns within. So some parts of my hair don't curl. Some parts do curl up, and then some parts, like in the front, wave up. So it is a possibility for you to have multiple textures of hair. That is one thing a lot of people need to be aware of. Don't think just because your aunt or your cousin may have a tighter curl that that's what your hair is going to be like. Because my aunt has a more coily pin curl, very tight coily hair. My other aunt has more of a kinkier texture, where her hair does not really have a curl pattern to it, but it's more of a fro. Let's put it that way. And it's very soft. It's like one of the softest fro's ever. My mom has bigger curls, whereas my hair has coils, curls, waves, afro, has a little bit of everything, a little bit of both worlds of all parts. It all depends. Everyone hair varies. Also, by the time, you may have seen your hair when you were younger and it may look a certain way, but once you get older, your hair texture can change. A lot of people get so afraid that, oh my god, I have these fairy knots in my hair. Well, natural hair 101. Fairy knots are the little knots that you get when you take your hair, and sometimes you get like a, I don't know if I have any right now. Okay, this. Let's say you already detangled your hair, and you get like this little tiny knot, and I don't know if you guys can actually see it right now in my hair, but they're like little tiny knots that come out of nowhere, and you're like, dang it, I just detangled my hair, what the heck just happened? Those are little fairy knots. There's little natural fairies that love to pick on you and come flying through the bathroom or the kitchen or salon, and they're like, you know what? You just detangled your hair, you just worked your muscles out, you spent a whole hour detangling that big old mane of yours. Well, I'm gonna come and sprinkle my fairy dust on you and give you a fairy knot in your hair. Good luck trying to get that bad booger out, huh? Yeah, fairy knots are actually not that bad to deal with. But a sign of a fairy knot means that it's time for you to get your hair trimmed. One thing for sure is in the natural hair community, we measure getting a trim differently. For instance, me, because I wear my hair curly a lot, majority of the year, my hair is curly. So you really can't see when you need your hair trimmed. And so that is one way to tell. If you're getting a lot of fairy knots, or you hear that snap as you're brushing your hair once you get to the ends, if you hear that snap, that means your ends are breaking. That is breakage happening, and it's time to trim your ends. Another way to tell is, let's say, for instance, me, I do flat iron my hair sometimes, and I tend to get heat damage more so in the front. As you guys know, I do wear weave, so in the front it's more damage. If I have little pieces, which shockingly I don't have, or I may have a couple, like right here, I can't see, like, you know, the ends of it, and maybe a little straight, that is heat damage. Or it could just be my curls are not, they don't want to curl at the ends. Those could be the split ends. Those are the ones that I just tend to just go in and cut. A lot of girls who are natural, who have been natural for a long time, it doesn't really faze you to have to go in and snip a straight end or snip your ends as you're just styling your hair and you see something that's out of whack or your fro isn't shaping. A lot of us, we're just like, you want to act crazy, huh? Well, you're gone today, and we snip it off. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I know my hair grows so fast, and as long as I'm getting my ends clipped, it's going to obtain and keep its length more. You can trim your hair with it being curly or being wet, because that's more so you shaping your fro. And you want to make sure you shape it in a way that you're comfortable with wearing it if you do wear your hair natural all the time. So let's say my hair is down and I'm like, oh, the baby, I have no shape whatsoever. I have straight ends sticking out the plate, all out of place. Then I would more so go in and cut those straight ends, but then you're going to look a little hot, a little bit like a hot mess, and you want to go and shape your fro or your mane or whatever. If you're a person who wears your hair curly and straight equal amount of time, then you may want to deep condition your hair, blow dry your hair, not particularly straighten. You don't have to straighten your hair. There's a difference. You could blow dry it enough that you can see the split ends, and healthy ends close like this, split ends like this, like that. You will know a split end. Those you'll be able to see when you blow dry your hair out. You can blow dry and cool, you can air dry and stretch it. It doesn't matter, but you want to make sure your ends are somewhat straight so you can see. And then that's when you want to get your ends, dust them off, and shape your hair from there. So then you won't get a surprise when you're cutting it wet, and then all of a sudden you dry your hair flatter, and you're like, what is really going on? One way to tell if you need a trim is if you're curling your hair won't keep a curl, and it's not holding a style correctly. That means it's time for you to start trimming your hair more often and get some of that dead, some of those ends, because your hair is dead anyways. Start getting some of those ends off that is causing your hair to flop away. That is it. Another thing about having kinky hair, don't be afraid of the word kinky, you guys. One thing for sure with having kinky hair is you never have to worry about your braids falling down. Having a kinkier pattern or whatever to your hair is good. Your braids are going to stay, your twists are going to stay. For someone who may have curly hair, it may not always last as long as you want without it unraveling. That's not for everyone, but I know that for me for sure. Certain parts of my hair will start unraveling within like days. As in other parts of my hair, like the back, it holds like a perfect braid, a perfect twist. And it's easier to curl. That is like the best thing ever. Your hair curls fantastically because it holds a curl more so. It holds a curl really well. Whereas if your hair is a little bit softer, you may have to use a little bit more of a spritz or a holding spray for it to stay. Having kinkier hair is a good thing. Don't, be afraid of having kinkier hair. So that is it about some things you may need to know about having kinkier hair. That is not everything you need to know about having kinkier hair, but that's just scratching the surface, letting you guys see that it's not don't be afraid to be natural. It's okay. You can still rock your straight looks. You need to be afraid of the water though if you're gonna rock straight looks and be natural. But it's okay to be, you know, it's cool to have natural hair because it's very versatile. You can do all kinds of things. You can get braids, twists, weaves, wear it curly in a bun, wear it curly in a poof, wear it curly down. You can do so many things with your hair. But you guys, that is it. Hopefully you guys like this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And also share this video if you really enjoyed it. Let other people know, especially people who have questions and you don't know how to explain it to them. Share this video with them. Alright, you guys. So until next time, bye.